So here's the battery case right here, and there's plenty of room that if you wanted to, you could cut the trunk out, or not the trunk, but the gas tank. You could cut that out and put a little hinge on it and put the battery inside the gas tank if you wanted to. That way, you know, if you're going to display the car, the battery would be completely hidden. Here's our little micro switch right here. Turns everything on and off. But all in all, it's the way I've even set it up. It looks really good. And when you turn the car, you can't see the battery underneath the car. So that's all that really mattered to me. But we're going to get her all set up here and display it. So this is the Revell 1978 Pontiac Firebird Burt Reynolds Black Edition Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am. This model comes with a 3-in-1 feature. You can make it into 3 different cars. You can make it into a street dragster. You can make it into a stock dragster, or you can make it into the Burt Reynolds edition. I was lucky I picked this up at my local Hobby Lobby for $10.79. It was normally $23.99, but it's a great kit, and I have an extra one here, so I might build that someday. But right now we're going to take a look at the one that we did build, and here she is. It is just a beautiful car, fairly easy to build. They had a nice option that you could, I made mine kind of, let's see, I made mine stock, but I made it with some racing stuff. So, you know, like I say, there's a lot of different parts that come in the kit. I gave mine a little bit of a jacked up rear end and slick fat tires, because there's this history of me in this car. In 1978, I was 21 years old and bought this car, and we used to take the license plates off and run the cops in our local town of Rochester, Minnesota. If you're not familiar with the town, it's where the Mayo Clinic is. And this little punks would take the car, and we'd go up and down the street until we found cops that were behind other cars, and we had cars behind us. We'd wait till we had just the right format. We'd have our plates off the car, of course, and all of a sudden we'd punch it and go 110 miles an hour by the cop in a 30-mile zone. And of course he'd try to chase us, but the cars behind him and the cars behind us, he had to wait for them to, you know, so he couldn't just turn in front of him. By that time, we were up over overpasses out in cornfields with our police band radio, illegal police band radio, listening to the cops and drinking beers out in the cornfield and laughing our asses off. So that's what we used to do with this car. Then, another thing that happened to me in this car is we took this Trans Am to Boulder, Colorado, where we both had, a buddy of mine and I both had a couple girlfriends down there, and quite a few hour drive. I think it was like 13, 14 some hours. On the way back, we decided there was a couple other chicks that we were also sleeping with. You know, it was back in the day of free sex. We had chicks all over the place, and what we did is we decided there was a party where these other women were at, so if we were going to hurry up and get back to the party, we were going to have to drive at least 70, 75 all the way to make it to the party, and we did. Back then, speed limit was what we called double nickels, 55 on interstates. Today we would have been fine because you can go 80 on interstates without any trouble. Anyway, we picked up a cop in Sterling, Colorado. Thus ensued, it was like a 3 or 4 hour high-speed chase until we got to Ogallala, Nebraska, where they finally shot the tires off my car. And I spent quite a few weeks in jail. And what had happened, the sad part was, is a trooper had been shot and killed by a guy with a car of this description a week earlier. He got sawed off, with a shotgun when he came up to the guy's window. The guy just blew him away. Unfortunately, they felt that this car in this high-speed chase was the same guy. So they were real rough on us, and it was a mess. And 7 or 8 police cars got destroyed in the process because back then they had a car called an LDT2 Ford, and that's what the cops were issued down in Nebraska. It was about a 120-mile-an-hour car. This car here would do 160 out of the box. At least mine did. And we burned up 7 police cars and interceptors in the process. I still can't go back to the state of Nebraska. I owe them $300,000. They sent me a letter, said they wouldn't extradite me for money. And, this is way back in the day. And now they said that would hold for life. So if I go through there and I don't have $300,000 on me, I'm going to sit. That's a true story, guys. True story. One of the best times of my life. Okay, now we're going to get into this car. We put a lighting kit in it, and our Galactic Modeler car lighting kit. And it has a little 3-volt battery, which I put right underneath the trunk. And there's our little micro switch. Out of focus. There we go. To turn on and off the lights. We put a dome light, headlights, tail lights, and instrument panel lights in the car. So we're going to turn those on right now. And their lights are on. I love how the tail lights turned out. Now in the kit, they give you chrome tail lights that you're supposed to put red decals over, and that's supposed to be your tail lights. Well, I just took those chrome pieces and put them in some molding putty, and then mixed up some 5-minute epoxy resin with some red clear paint mixed into the resin, and then filled the molds in and then popped them out, and I had the exact pieces only in clear resin. It's a shame that you can't see this in real life. I've got a real good camera here. It's a Sony, but like in all the videos I watch on YouTube, the guys always say, in their video, they say, yeah, and it washes out. I don't know why. I think if you play with these cameras, you can get them dialed in better. But anyway, these lights, the way I'm seeing them, are perfect, rich, deep, bright red. Here in the camera lens, they're looking kind of a pale red. God, I love this car. I'm in the process of dealing on one right now, a real one. I'm going to pick one up for, 15, 20 grand, and then, do whatever it takes to rebuild it. And I'm going to do it in the original like I had, black on black with the gold eagle and all the gold accents. Cool headlights. So the headlights come with it, are clear, and which all you have to do is take the little 3 millimeter LEDs, and I just super glued them on the back of the clear, and I like how that turned out. I got some testers has a window tint. Got a little dust on the car. Sorry about that. I should have wiped it down better before we started this here. It's a little piece of dust bothering me right there. Anyway, I picked up this Tester's clear window tint, and this kit comes with a clear inlay to put over the chrome and over the headlights right here. So I tinted that, and it's hard to see it here, but it looks really cool when you see it in person. And then I tinted the T-tops, and I tinted the front windshield very lightly, but then the T-tops and the back windshield I tinted heavily. And there's our gauges. That's pretty much how it looks sitting in the car. I remember. God, they're cool cars. One of the coolest car that GM ever put out. And of course there's our dome light up there. And with the lights off, it's just perfect. The dome light lights up the seats and the interior, just like if you're looking inside the car, in full size. It looks just like, yeah, that's how it looked. God, I love these cars. What a cool car. I've got 7 Corvettes. I collect cars. But it's probably, I'd say it was one of the coolest cars I ever owned. I had Vipers. I've had all kinds of stuff. But this thing here, they were just unreal. Out of the box. With a 6.6 and the automatic, you could squeal the tires in first, second, and third automatic. I mean, you could be going 50 miles an hour, floor it, it would burn rubber. They were just an insane thing that GM put out. Crazy fast, crazy powerful. The 1978 Burt Reynolds Smokey and the Bandit Black TA. Well, there we are, guys, and our lighting kit in it. Simple little lighting kit. I think we're going to offer it for real cheap, like probably, I don't know, I think we're going to put that out for about 25 bucks. So if you can pick it up cheap like we did, for $35, you can have a Trans Am with a lighting kit, and it's very cool to have them lit. I mean, models are cool no matter what, but when you add the animation of lights to any model, I mean, it really makes a difference. It's just fun to flip the switch and sit it on your counter, watch Burt Reynolds, and just enjoy it. They're so cool. I love them dash lights in there. What I did with those is where the gauges were, and then backfilled them with clear resin, and then I put a teal 3mm bulb in there that will come with the kit, and I took green and blue, clear green and blue paint, and just dabbed the bulb with that, and it came out with kind of a teal green, and that's about the color that the dash lights were in those cars. Anyway, mine was. And then the stereo and the CB radio, I did them in a real faint light blue. But yeah, what a beast. Okay, guys, there you have it. There's my 78 TA. My next project, like I say, I'm getting a real car, and I'm gonna go through and redo that whole thing. And then I also just recently purchased a RC track car, which is pretty good size. It's a 10 scale, and I went online to, as Boyd Crompton calls it, Evil Bay, and I found myself a body for that 10th scale RC car I picked up, and it's the Smokey and the Bandit, body, and it looks real good. It's got all the decals and chrome and all the stuff. So down the road, I'll be putting a lighting kit in an RC Smokey and the Bandit here in the next few weeks. RC 1/10 scale. It's going to be a drift car. And when I get that done, I'll do a video of it. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, guys. Modeling keeps you off the streets and away from drugs. Talk to you soon. Bye.